Hey everybody, it's Scott, Simcoe Spring Service, and today we are working on a 2021 and newer Ford F-150 pickup truck. So this particular suspension is completely unique to this Ford F-150 and it's completely redesigned. So if you take a look here, it has a main leaf, which is pretty standard, but it's actually tapered. And the leaf underneath of it is actually made out of like a composite or resin type material. It's like a polyethylene or plastic. It's kind of unique. I'm not 100% sure what it's made out of, but it's definitely a unique helper, and it's something that's a new design that we haven't seen before. So this particular model has a block underneath of it, but we're not 100% sure if every single truck will have a block under it. So we've actually allocated a little bit extra room in the U-bolts to compensate for a lift block if there is one in the vehicle. So today we're going to be installing an extra leaf in this pickup truck, and we have a kit that you can actually purchase on our website at simcoespring.com. So the kit should include everything you need to assemble it. You can either assemble it yourself or you can bring the kit to your local mechanic and have them install it for you. So this is the kit right here. So the kit includes 2 extra leaves, 1 for each side. It comes with 4 new longer U-bolts to accommodate for the extra material that you're going to be putting into this leaf spring pack. And it comes with 4 new center bolts, because this particular design has double center bolt. So yeah, this is your nice little kit. So we're going to have this listed on our website at simcoespring.com, and the part number we're going to use is 43-2237-XL, and then in behind it we'll have the word kit, and it'll be put right here underneath, so you know exactly what to look it up. You can also use our year, make, and model search engine, so you can just put in year, make, and model of your vehicle, and it should pop the kit up if you put in the right year, make, and model for your truck. For this one, it'll be a 2021 to 2023 Ford F-150 or newer. Now, there is one small stipulation I will tell you about, that there's actually 2 different springs that fit in this vehicle. It's very important to take a look at it. The one you're looking for has the main leaf, a helper on the bottom, and that's it. There is another design that has a main leaf, a middle leaf, and a helper on the bottom. So it's actually a 3-leaf spring pack already. This one's a 2, so this is specifically designed for this specific spring and none other. So this particular product is very new, and there's going to be a limited supply of them until it becomes a very popular item. So if it's ever sold out on our website, just send me an email on my contact page and I will get back to you as soon as I can and tell you what the lead times are. Alright, so most importantly, now I'll show you exactly how we're going to go install it on the vehicle, so you can install it yourself, or you can show this video to your mechanic and you can tell them exactly how it gets installed. Alright, let's go do it. Alright, so here's just another shot of the spring here. We got the main leaf, we got the helper underneath, we got our block. So essentially all we're going to do is we're going to disassemble the U-bolts, the shock, we'll jack it up, pull the block out, and we'll take the center bolts out. So there is no clip leaf. We're actually installing a clip leaf, so there's nothing else to really disassemble. We're just going to slide it back in and put it back together again. 21 mil for the U-bolts, 15 mil here, 18 mil for the nut. They haven't changed it since 2004, which is kind of nice. A wild one here. Now the U-bolts are different. They are a Ford top U-bolt. Similar bend to the front of the 1999 to 2008 Ford F-250, F-350. Also the Ford F-250, F-350 nowadays has also adopted this bend radius. So used to be square, used to be 3-inch square, now it's 3-inch semi-round. So they're going to be a little bit more difficult to find, so that's why I'm going to include them in the kit. So good to know, good information. So get this shock unhooked here. So now just jack it up and get this block out. I think they've been using the same block since 2004 too, so pretty common. Very easy to get your hands on one of those if you need it. So now I'm just going to use a pair of vice grips and grab a hold of the center bolt heads and then spin them apart. So everything else is metric, but the center bolt should still be 1/2 inch. This is gonna be a problem. This is a problem, and it's going to be an infinite problem for Alternity because the U-bolt plate has like a little dish in it. So to get in there with a torch or a grinder is going to be really difficult. I guess the other option would be to cut the head off the bottom and push it up the top. But I don't want to melt this. I think it's a type of plastic, polyethylene, polyurethane, poly something. Alright, I'm going to grab me the torch. I'll heat that nut up. At least maybe I can spin it off. Guess you guys get to learn how I learned. This is only my second one I've done. That is not working. So yeah, being from Canada, I didn't think the center bolts would be salvageable, which is why we're going to supply new center bolts in the kit. That way you don't have to worry about it. You can just run taking them out and you get a fresh set for when you go to install them. Just saves a headache. So I'll see if I get this one apart. So it looks like, I mean, this truck's only like 2 years old, so it's going to be a problem right from the very beginning. And it's going to be a problem for years to come, because they're not going to change this design for at least probably 8 to 10 years at least. So there's your U-bolt plate, and you can see how it's recessed. So it's going to be hard to get wrenches on there. It's going to be hard to get tools on there. You'll have to use a socket. It's going to be hard to chop it out of there with the torch. So another level of complexity for when we do these. There's your strange little plate at the bottom. Absolutely save this. We're going to reuse that These plates are absolutely crucial. If you do not put them in, this will split in half and then you're shit out of luck. You will need a new spring. And these, with them being composite and stuff like that, I guarantee they're going to be pretty pricey. They're not going to be cheap. So put these back on. There's going to be one on the bottom. The goofy one with the slot on it will go in between. And we're going to actually supply one to go in between the two leaves. I didn't show it in the original piece, but I am going to supply one. And they put one underneath the U-bolt plate. So every single time you change materials, so this is cast, goes to spring steel, and then it goes to your composite, and then it goes to, this is going to be like a mild steel bracket. So you actually have 4 different types of steel and materials, and they all flex at different ratios and stuff like that. So you put a insulator in between them, and then that'll protect your leaves. It's by design. Do it. All right, so we got our plate on the bottom, our helper leaf. Take our goofy plate with the slot in it. So this is our leaf for the helper, and it's going to measure from the center bolt here to the front. It has to measure 25 inches, and from the back center bolt to the back will measure 27 inches. So make sure you get the front to the front and the back to the back. 27, 25. So now this will be the plate supplied in the kit. And now we can slide this entire assembly back into the vehicle, and we'll put our U-bolt plate back on and put the nuts on. So it's a little fiddly. We get it up into place, and now I have to let the vehicle down a little bit. We'll take that thin piece of tin, we'll stick it on top, and our U-bolt plate. Now I have to set it down a little bit more. So I'm having an issue. The center bolt keeps on dropping down through the hole into the axle seat. So I'm actually just going to use a flathead screwdriver and just shove up on it so I can get the nut on. It doesn't usually happen unless you have double center bolts. It's a Ford thing. So now I'm just gonna spin her on with my 3/4 inch socket, and we'll be good to go. What you should also do is just tap all your leaves around. So yeah, once you get the block back in, all you have to do is just put your clip bolts in the ends, which are supplied in the kit, and throw your U-bolts back on and tighten everything back up again. So now that we got the weight down on it, let's give her a quick measure. So it's at 42 inches now. It was 40 1/4 when it came into the shop, so it came up 1 3/4 inches. So that's not bad. It's about standard for an extra leaf. Most extra leaves we want about 1.5 inches. Our heavy duty coil springs for the Ram 1500s that we sell on our website, they also lift 1.5 inches, so that's pretty standard height increase, so that's not bad. Now if you didn't want the increase in ride height, you can actually take that little block out, and you can actually, I think that block is like 1 1/8 or 1 1/4 inch thick, so you can take it out and then you would only have like 1/2 inch lift or something like that. So you got lots of options, but all right, let's finish her off and go from there. So that's one of my favorite ways to install these extra leaves, because you don't have to take the main leaf out. The front bolt is in backwards, and the head of the bolt will hit the gas tank if you try to take it out, so you gotta cut them out and replace them, which is another annoyance. So this is by far the easiest way to install them. So that's the kit. That's it installed. It's pretty simple. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down in the comments down below. If you want to get this kit and put it in, you can get it at simcoespring.com, and I'll put the part number right here for you. So basically, for an extra leaf kit in installation, it's actually quite simple. The hardest part is going to be getting the center bolts apart, especially if you live in the Rust Belt. One of the reasons why I didn't want to use the torch too much and start chopping and cutting at them and stuff like that is I didn't want to wreck that U-bolt plate, the upper one. The upper U-bolt plate is going to be really hard to find right now because trucks are so new. I don't even know if you can buy them from Ford or not. It's going to be a rare part, so just be careful when you take them apart. And yeah, that's basically it. So have a good day, take care, I'll catch you next time, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, bye.